So welcome to accountancy class grade 12. So as you know very well that we are now started issue of debenture, isn't it? So in the issue of debenture, I hope that you discussed it. You can able to see the videos. First of all, meaning of debenture, thereafter features of debenture, then different types of debenture. Then the last video, which is very important, how you are going to classify debenture under whether long-term borrowing or short-term borrowing. Okay. So now it's very important how the debenture issuing to the subscriber. Same manner in a issue of share. Same procedure you have to follow here also as a debenture. Okay. So the shareholder is debenture holder. The shareholder, you know very well that they are the owner of the company. As a debenture holder, it's a creditors of the company. Okay. So now let's see how they are going to issue the debentures. Okay. So that's what the point here. The company issues the same manner through issues prospectus. So how in a share you are issuing prospectus. Same manner here also, the company issues prospectus inviting public, okay, to subscribe. This is very important. Subscribe debentures of the company. Okay, understood. How you are issuing shares, same manner as a debenture issuing, the same procedure you have to follow. So here also, so you are issuing debenture to get the mobilization of fund to run the company. Okay, to get the other sources through source, how you are getting sources. So as a debenture, it's external source, isn't it? As a how the same manner like shareholder, here debenture holder. Okay, that's what very important here. So here also the company can also make private placement. So your private placement, you know very well that that is what you know. Future your higher classes you are going to study clearly. That is who they are called underwriters. Underwriters. Okay. So they will get commission. Okay. So they will get commission. That's what the private placement of debentures following the prescribed procedure. So underwriter means what? Suppose the company, they whatever through inviting public or getting debentures, suppose not possible through public, so they go for the underwriters to issue debentures through the form of underwriters. Okay. So ultimately the company wants money, how to mobilize the fund. Okay, that's what the second point very important here. The private placement nothing but through underwriters. Okay. Then thereafter, so it is intending separators apply for debentures in the company, the prescribed form. They given the form. So they like application form like that, they have to fill up all the details as a debenture name, how much they are interested to buy the application like that, all the details. The company, they give the company address, everything, they prescribe the form. Okay, that's what we're telling here. So the intending, whoever the suppliers apply for debentures in the company on a prescribed form. So as a form you have to follow. Okay. Then the company may call the amount for debenture. Here very important, how the company collect the money. Maybe in the form of lump sum or installments. Okay, we already discussed in shares also, consideration other than cash and cash. So how you are getting money? Money through lump sum payment or some installment like in the shares you know their application money, allotment, first call, second call. Same manner, in the debenture also as a lump sum, for example, as a 10,000 debentures at the rate of ₹100, they collected entire money, how much? 10,000 into 100, entire 10 lakhs, they collected lump sum money. Otherwise, they will collect installment. Like our face value, same face value here, they will do like that application. Okay, as application, first 30 rupees, then allotment, 20 rupees. Then first call is equal to again 30, second call, like that they will do that. Same manner, how we are done in a shares. That's why I said already, if you are strong in issue of share, accounting issue for share capital, our debenture issue is very easy. So only thing, journal entry, the only it will vary. There we are putting shares, here we are putting debentures, that's all. Okay, that's what this point, the company may call the amount for debentures to be paid in lump sum or installments. So lump sum means you collected money, entire money. So no question of structure, application, allotment like that. So installment means you have to collect periodically. First they will apply, then the company will allot. Later on they will call for first call, thereafter second call. Okay, same manner. Okay, that's what. Then this point also is very, very important of our equity shares. Same manner, minimum subscription. So what is the meaning of minimum subscription? See here, at least debentures has to subscribe some minimum subscription, some amount. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So according to section 39, section very important here, section 39, subsection 1 of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, Companies Act 2013. So what they are trying to say, company cannot allot securities, okay, unless minimum subscription stated in the prospectus, okay, is received. Okay, so suppose they specify anything, minimum subscription, so otherwise that's why they clearly mentioned, minimum subscription stated in the prospectus is received unless otherwise. Okay, that point is very, very important. Okay, so Act does not specify, that's what I'm trying to say. The Act does not specify, okay, minimum subscription, but has to be decided by whom? The company. So the company, they are going to decide at least minimum subscription, how much they are going to collect. For 10 lakhs, they are going to collect. So what is the percentage they will fix according to the discussed directors? Okay, annual general meeting every year. Understood? No, that's all. So here, even though the Act does not specify the minimum subscription, but there has to be decided by the company. The company will decide, even though Act not specifically given. Okay. The final point, the SEBI, you know already what is the SEBI? Security Exchange Board of India. So they will say very clearly, see, 75% of the issue should be subscribed when before going to allotment of debentures. Okay, before going to allotment of debentures. So that point is very, very important. So without minimum subscription, how much is the specified in SEBI? At least 75%. You never go for the allotment of debentures. That's what 75% of the issue should be subscribed before company allots debenture. So they should be very caution here. Should be checked. The 75% they received. For example, they are inviting for 10 lakhs, 75% at least 7,50,000 worth of application and company has to receive. Then only they will going for the allotment of debenture. That's what our this introduction about here as issue of debenture, how the company issues prospectus inviting public to subscribe debentures of the company. Now we are going to see, so what are the way the company going to issue? Okay, different classification. Like what? As a cash or consideration other than cash or collateral security. Now going to see that part. Okay. So now the debentures may be issued same manner I will discuss the issue of shares. Okay, now let's see here first for cash, that's what discussed in the form of installment or lump sum amount. Okay, so you collected money from the debenture holder. That's all. Debentures may be issued maybe for cash, you know very well. Then for consideration other than cash. So you know very well that instead of cash, they will consider other than cash. That means what? They are not giving money in the form of cash, some other form. Understood? That's what discussed in our issue of shares. So then for third is new for you as collateral security. Okay. So one by one going to discuss. First, these two, okay, as for cash or for consideration other than cash, as you know very well, the issue may be, okay, issue may be three part, as you know very well. So at par, what is at par? So issued at what? Issued at nominal value, nominal face value, okay, face value of debenture. Here we can say what? Debentures. Okay, that's why only where only differ. They are shares, here debentures. Okay, issued at nominal face value of debentures. How? See, here only this is what your nominal face value of debenture. So 100 rupees means, so there is a nominal face value of the debenture. That's what? But for cash and for consideration other than cash, the issue may be at par, issued at par. Okay, issued at par. You know what is that? That's a nominal face value. Okay, that's what. Then what is that premium? Okay, you know very well. What is that premium? Okay, so what is that premium? So more than the nominal face value. So at premium. What is that premium? Simple. It is more than the nominal face value. For example, rupees 100 is face value. Okay, know that. Say nominal face value. So issued at premium means what? We're going to do maybe 125. Okay, this 25 rupees is what? That is what our premium. So if you know the shareholders chapter, so here you can able to understand. So what is the meaning of at premium? Issued debentures at premium. So it has a more than the, so that means what? More than the nominal face value. Okay, that's what. So we can specify this one, section 52, section 52 under section, you can say under section 52, subsection 2 of the Companies Act. Companies Act, we can create what? You know very well. What is that? Security Premium Reserve Account. Securities Premium Reserve Account. Okay, you want to maintain that because so more than the face value or nominal value of the debentures, so that part we're going to make it a credited. Understood? Already you know that in Sumerian. Again, that's why repeating several times. The strong in issue of shares, so issue of debenture very easy. Okay. So securities premium reserve account. So that's what under section 52, subsection 2, they will maintain that you want to open what? Security premium reserve account whenever issued at premium. Debentures issued at premium. Then the third one is very important. Issued at discount. Discount means what? Simple. As a 100 rupees, as a 100 rupees nominal face value, but you are issued at what? Issued at rupees 90. The company will losing what? The 10 rupees. So the 10 rupees where you are going to debit. That's what you can maintain discount on issue of shares. Issue of shares. Okay. You want to maintain that account. So the 10 rupees, whatever the 10 rupees difference. So you want to maintain this account. That's what? So we are approach the debentures for nominal face value 100 rupees. But issue a discount means what? 90 rupees. So 10 rupees we are losing. We are unable to collect 10 rupees. So whatever that loss, where you are going to make it, that is what you are going to do. Which account you are going to debit? Discount on issue of, sorry, I am writing shares. So discount on issue of debentures. Okay, that's what that is very clear, debentures. So understood now. That's what here issued at a discount is possible, but maximum discount cannot be specified in Companies Act according to the company. You will decide. So here issued at discount is possible, but we discussed earlier the issue of shares. Issued at discount is not possible. Understood? So that is not advisable. So not encouraged. But here we can make it like how issued at par, issued at premium, okay. But here as a debenture, here issued at discount, we can able to issue. That is possible here. So whatever that loss, so whatever that issue because of issued at discount, that unable to recover, that losing part, we are going to do a which account? Discount on issue of debentures account. So we consider this discount, this 10 rupees. Understood? That's why here, especially in issue at the discount. That's why very, very important here. As debenture or here issue at discount is possible. Okay, understood now. That's what here. So what are the par cash and par considered other than cash? Then able to issue maybe at par, maybe at premium, then at the discount. Okay. So at discount means you want to open separate that losing part, you want to debit the discount on issue of debenture. Understood that? That's what this is the very important part. Okay. So now going to see how we are going to post journal entries. Okay, for this two. for whatever for cash, for consideration other than cash. So whenever installment, when the company moving for the lump sum amount, how you are going to make journal entry. Similarly, whenever company going to collect debentures for installment, how you are going to prepare journal entry. So that is very important. Now let's see how you are going to prepare the journal entries. Okay. So when debentures amount is received in lump sum, how the journal entry will be. Okay. So whenever lump sum means what? For example, 9% debentures. Okay. 9% debentures. That means what? 10,000, 9% debentures at the rate of 100 each. Okay. So they received in lump sum. Naturally, how much you are going to receive? So 10 lakhs, isn't it? That's why the entire money, suppose even they can apply for the lump sum. That's what here, when debentures amount is received, the amount is received in lump sum. What is the first one? So on receipt of application. Okay. What is the entry? I know very well. Here, bank account data to debentures application and allotment account. So you want to mention both. Because of whenever lump sum, we can't show only application. We want to show both as bank account data to debentures application allotment account. Because as a lump sum, entire money the debenture holder applied. So entire money collected from the debentures. Okay, as a debenture holder. That's why the first entry will be bank account data. Okay, as a first entry, bank account data to debentures application allotment account. So as a narration we have to write, so with the application money received. Understood now? So second entry, so whatever the entire application, you are definitely going to allotment. That's what. See, second entry is what? On allotment of debentures, what is the entry? Simple. So now the question of allotment, whether going to allot or any excess. Now first you see, whenever all the application of debentures, they are going to allot. Whenever for an allotment of debentures, simple, here we are credited, isn't it? Here we are credited. So this one, now we are going to make it debit part. Understood? Same manner. There, whatever the share application account data to share capital account, same manner here. Debentures application allotment account data to, I said now suppose it is 9% debenture, you want to mention here 9% debentures account. That's what our second one. So whatever application and allotment money, the entire money transferred to particular debentures account. Second entry, simple. So first entry is what? How much you received as application allotment account. So you have to write here both bank account data to debentures application and allotment account. Here second entry. So whatever the application, now you are allotted entire money. That's why you are going to transfer particular debentures account. Suppose the 9% debenture, you want to credit debentures application allotment account data to 9% debentures account. So what is the narration we have to write with the amount of application money on the allotted debentures. Okay, that's what the narration. So whatever money transferred to debentures account. Okay. Third one, suppose any refund. So when the refund is possible, any excess application money like pro rata basis, or suppose we expected, we invited only 10,000. Suppose they received 12,000. Okay, that 2,000 suppose company want to return back. So what is the entry? As well very well. So whatever earlier credited, now we are going to debit debentures application allotment account data to bank account. Okay, to bank account. So what is the narration? With the application money refunded. So here already we discussed as a combined entry. What is that? As a share application account data to share capital, to any adjustment. Suppose any adjustment, to share allotment. Third one, suppose you want the refund to bank. That is the combination entry. You understood? So combined entry we done it. Of instead of each three, we done it single entry for second journal entry. Whenever for excess application money received or any adjustment like pro rata basis in equity share. Same manner here. Suppose any refund, we can show it separately here. Now understood? First entry is what? Bank account data to debenture application allotment account. For second entry, so whatever debited now transferred to debentures account. That means what? Bank account. Second one, debentures application and allotment account data to 9% debenture. That's what the prefix we want to mention here. The example I am telling you. So 9% debenture account. So entire debenture money, application money. So once it is allotted, transfer to debenture account. Third one, any excess application of debenture, you are going to refund. What is the entry? Debenture application allotment account data to bank. Okay, so only 3 entry are going to pause whenever debentures amount is received in lump sum. Okay, understood. That's what easy one. Any lump sum, so only 3 entry easy for you. Now we are going to move for the how the debentures amount received in installment basis. Okay, now let's see how the journal entry will be. So earlier we discussed what debentures amount received in lump sum amount. Now whenever debenture received in installment, how the journal entry will be. Okay. So as you know very well, first one. See, on receipt of application, what is the entry? So as you know very well that bank account data to debentures application account. Repeat once again. Usually you know, remember, once you are strong in again our application of our shares. Same manner here, on receipt of application, bank account data to debentures application account. The share application here to debenture application account. That is the first entry. Whenever for when debentures amount is issued in installments. Installment means what? For example, as a nominal face value rupees 100, we can make it application, okay, and allotment and calls. Maybe first calls or second calls or different structure. That's what here we can make that installment. Okay. So now, as repeat finally, on receipt of application, bank account data to debentures application account. So narration, you know, being the application money received. So narration very, very important. Okay. So now the first one is over. Then second, on allotment of debentures. Now the company will allot the debentures once they receive the application from debenture holder. Okay. Anyway, now once a debenture holder, we got money from the debenture over the applicant. Now we can say debenture applicant. Okay. So allotment of debentures. Now company going to allot debenture. So debentures application account. So what earlier we credited, now we are going to debit. Okay. To debentures application account data to particular debentures. Maybe I said 9% debentures. Okay, sorry here. 9% debentures. Okay. The prefix means what? 9% debenture means what? The company later on going to pay what? Interest. So whenever you buy for shares, you will get dividend. Similarly here, whenever you buy for debentures, you will get what? Interest. Okay, that's what the 9% example I am telling here. Prefix before. It means what? 9% debenture. Company will pay interest for 9%. Okay, that's what our this entry according to the allotment. Okay, under that. Now, after the once any excess money even through the application like pro rata basis, more application money received. So what we are going to give the treatment. Okay, so on adjustments of excess debenture application money. So what we are going to do? Same manner here, debentures application account data to debentures allotment account. So any excess application money, we are going to adjust for our allotment of debentures. Okay, partly you can allot. That's what here. So being surplus application money adjusted on allotment of debentures. Okay, that's what our according to allotment. Okay, after the allotment, any excess application pending, still any excess application there, what you have to do? That's what for that you are going to refund of excess debenture application. So going to refund or refund of excess debenture application. In this situation, we are going to pass the journal entry. Very well. Okay. So debenture application account, what you are credited earlier, we are going to debit debentures application account data to bank account. Relation the excess application of debenture refund. Okay. Or refuse to accept whatever. So mostly refund. That's what the relation. You understood? As allotment, first you are going to allot debenture, any excess, you are going to do the debenture allotment. Suppose any excess application, you can return back to the applicant, debenture applicant. That means what? You can refund to the money, to debentures, to apply. Okay. So you are unable to allot that particular applicants. Okay. That's what the understanding here. Then, on allotment money being called. Okay. So now application received, then we done the allotment. Now we move for the allotment. We are going to announce a debenture holder. This is the money we are going to repay in the form of allotment. That's what here, an allotment money being called. So what is the entry? Debentures allotment account data to again 9% debentures account. Okay. So that's what the whenever allotment due. So here you want to know how much money suppose the company has to receive. That's what this money information. Due on allotment means you want to specify that how much money suppose company want to receive the allotment in the form of allotment of debenture. Okay. Now the money received on receipt of allotment money. So here you want to know the exact due. Here what is the money actually received maybe. So bank account data to debentures allotment account. Okay. So the relation being the amount actually received on allotment. You understood? So here as a due entry, any excess transfer to adjustment allotment, and any excess application we are going to refund in the form of refund. Then exact due entry here. Actually how much due through allotment. Thereafter how much money received actually in the form of debenture. That's what receipt of allotment money. Bank account data to debentures allotment account. So understood that. That's what. Now on calls money being called, maybe first call. For example, first call. So debentures calls account data to 9% debentures account. Okay. So for example, first call due. That's what they are telling here. Debentures calls account data to 9% debenture account. Here being the money due on particular call. So maybe whether first call or second call, you want to mention. Okay. So being the money due on first call or being the money due on second call. So according to the particular call, you want to specify whether it is a first call or final call, second and final call. Okay. Accordingly, so this is the same manner. It's a due entry. How much you are supposed to receive in the form of calls. See here, a receipt of call money. Now the whatever we call. Okay. Now the money received according to the earlier what you made a call. Okay. So receipt of call money. Again now got money. Bank account data to. So earlier we debentures call debited. Now we are credited. Okay. Same manner. Now we are done our equity shares. Same manner here. See on receipt of call money. Bank account data to debentures call account. Maybe first call or second call. We received as a first call or second call. Accordingly, we want to mention here. Narration being the received on amount received on particular call, being the amount received on first call money or second call money. So accordingly, we want to mention it. Okay. So now here, according to installment, so how many entries just you will see as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So maybe this two entry we can make it combined. One, this one. Okay, maybe this 1, 2, 3. Only you know how to make it combined entry. Correct? No, very well, isn't it? Now what we discussed earlier in our equity shares. So totally 8 entries. Suppose here issued at premium, you have to pass the allotment and entry will come will differ here. Whenever how to issue at par and at the premium and discount. So slightly here the entry will be changes here. Whenever for allotment only. Okay. That means due entry here. Here allotment, whenever allotment money. The entry will be changing. So the 8 entries is a mandatory entry for whenever debenture amount is received in installments. But as we discussed earlier, amount in lump sum only 3 entries. So whatever application allotment, then whatever the amount application allotment transferred to particular debentures account, third one, any excess we refund. But here totally 8 entries is a mandatory entry. Okay. So again I am telling you, you are strong in shares, how the entry will be. There the per future entry, even the reissue. Okay. Then finally how much money transferred to capital reserve here. But here there more entries are there. If you are strong in your issue of shares, accounting for issue of shares, our debentures, issue of debenture chapter, whenever making journal entry, is very easy. You can easily able to follow when you practice the exercise. That's why you want to memorize the journal entry is very important. For that, definitely you should be study how the problem will be. The issue of debenture may be installment, how we are going to pass the entries, or lump sum, how we are going to pass the entries. So the heading is very important. The form of installment, the form of lump sum. Accordingly, you want to make journal entries. Okay. Thereafter, you want to keep in your mind whether the issue of debenture at par or at premium or discount. So whenever at par, so no issue, you never confuse. So whenever issued at premium, you want to mention separate part, you want to make it credit what? Credit to securities, premium, reserve account. That part you want to mention. Suppose any issued at discount, you want to mention debit part, discount on issue of shares. Okay, you understood that. So whenever you go detailedly for our the next session, for the example with the help of these entries. So before that, you want to memorize the entries, very important. Okay, how you are strong in your issue of shares. Similarly, you want to memorize the how we are going to pass entry in installment basis and our lump sum basis. So later on, we are going to discuss with the example how we are going to issue at par, how the journal entry will be. At premium, how the journal entry will be. At discount, that is very important part. In our issue of shares, there is no discount part. Here, issue of debenture at discount is very important one. So for that, the entries you should be memorized. So we want to make it without seeing the book. You want to memorize one by one, practicing journal entry. So what entry will come next? Accordingly, you have to practice. That's why I am repeating and telling once again, you are strong in issue of shares. The preparation of journal entry is very strong. It's more than 12 entries. So we discussed many exercises. Okay. Accordingly, here you are strong there. Here, preparation of journal entries and our issue of debenture is very easy. So once you are strong there. Okay, that's it. Come and repeatingly I am telling you. Keeping on telling you that, so you have to follow that. Okay. So I hope that for this session you understood. Okay, how to pass journal entries in the form of installment basis, then lump sum basis. Okay. So please make sure that you want to make it memorize the journal entry. Next session we will see one by one for at par, at premium, at discount. Okay. So I hope that you understood this session. Okay. So thank you very much.